Well, shaking folks, back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys. And I wanted to start this one by giving a shout out to both Seb, who's sharing the Pet Shop Boys material, and also Mindaugas. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and if I'm not, I do apologize. But he had said, before I react to the version of Always on My Mind, which I think is the second part of the title, on Introspective, I should react to what is essentially a 7-inch mix of Always on My Mind, which came out first. And he said if I do that, and then listen to the version on Introspective, I'll be able to hear a lot of development and the way they took what they did at first and essentially riffed on it or made it better. So I heeded that advice, and indeed, shout out to Seb for pointing out that, hey, that version is in this other folder. So drew my attention to it, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to listen to Always on My Mind, which isn't listed as a 7-inch mix, but as I said, it's just Always on My Mind, whereas the next track in Introspective is Always on My Mind dash something else, which I'm forgetting in the moment, but we'll get back to that one. So yeah, again, I understand this is an earlier version of the tune that we'll hear next on Introspective. Something always being on your mind, it could be more positive or more negative. You could be infatuated with someone, you wake up thinking about them, you're thinking about how things are going with them, you're excited to talk to them or to see them and so on, so they could always be on your mind. In a more positive way, you could have something plaguing your mind, a constant source of stress or anxiety where you don't really want to think about it, but it's so pressing, whether emotionally or otherwise, that you can't avoid it. My brain does weird things like constantly, every day. My brain is sort of flashing through essentially like slides of places that I've been. Like I'll think, my brain, like I'll be doing something else, I'll be talking to someone, and my brain is like, oh, a soccer field I played on 25 years ago. The stair set at my old apartment from like 10 years ago, and I just think of these like places, and it's sort of this like subcognitive process where I can do other things. I can literally be writing, like composing sentences, but my brain is just thinking of like places, like snapshots of places. So my point in explaining this is I think there's something that can always be on your mind. It can be more voluntary or otherwise, not just more positive or negative, but something that's part and parcel to your active thought, or it could just be something that your brain does when apparently it's, burning digits or, finding something to do. So, yeah, I wonder, always on my mind, whether it will be more voluntary or less voluntary, more positive or less positive. As always, it does make me think of Izzy and a couple other people, I think, commenting pretty early on that they have a number of song titles which feel like a phrase that anybody could say. It feels like a phrase that you hear all the time, people using in social situations, but they take that and they spin it into this larger sugar. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that happens here. Let's find out. This is Pet Shop Boys, Always on My Mind. And as I said, I believe it's a 7-inch version, or it originally appeared on a 7-inch, and then the version we'll hear later is a more developed version. A brilliant start. Very dramatic too, big, energetic. Like woodpecker percussion.
Always on my mind.
like a voice or a synth? If it was a voice, it's like, what is happening? That ascending string. Are like just relentlessly energetic. Yeah, I was thinking like it's almost like Neil's vocals are, you have to like wade through the sonic jungle to really hear them, which is not so much a criticism. I enjoy that it was a very danceable tune, and it had a lot of the things that I've come to enjoy about their music, the synth bass and the like little percussion flourishes and the just little touches at the end of the measures, that like string synth ascending line. So yeah, I enjoy a lot of the sonic touches. But yeah, like I said, there was a moment where I felt like Neil's voice was almost getting buried with all the sonics because they were just so relentlessly energetic. So yeah, a cool tune. I like if that's the starting point and the next or the other version is supposed to be notably better. I'm very intrigued because I feel like that's a solid tune in the context of the kind of tracks that I now had a sense for the way they put them together and the quality of them. So yeah, like if that's the starting point, I'm very intrigued to hear this.